This is a presentation on Google by Stephen Coady, Mark O'Brien and Matthew O'Connor. While analysing Google, we use a number of different types of reports, namely SWOT, which looks at a company's strengths, weaknesses, opportunities and threats, Porter's 5 forces, which looks at the 5 major forces any industry faces, PEST, which examines the political, economical, social and technological factors which affect a company. Google was formed in 1998 in the dorm room of Sergey Brin and Larry Page. The original concept was of PageRank, a better way in which to sort and rank web pages for searching. In 2000, Google started selling adverts and since has expanded into numerous other markets, such as email, maps, and mobile phones. Google currently has the 3rd largest market value of any company worldwide, technology related or otherwise. Google's strengths include an extremely strong brand image. The term Googling has become a commonly used word in everyday speech. Great financial strength, with an estimated value of $246 billion. Massive revenue, with roughly $46 billion per year from advertising, which is Google's main source of revenue. An extremely large customer base, as 5 billion searches are handled per day. Google's weaknesses include social media failure. Google has as of yet been unable to penetrate the social media market, with numerous failed services. Google is willing to sink money into loss-making products, which can be dangerous. Google is extremely weak in the Chinese market, with a ranking of the 35th most popular website. Google has an overall reducing profit margin. This is due to an increasing number of loss-making products and services.
There are many opportunities that favour the growth of Google as a company. They have pioneered the driverless car business, which is estimated to be worth up to $2 trillion US. Also, with Google's search engine having over 900 million unique monthly visitors, it is by far the most popular search engine in use today. It has achieved this status without yet properly expanding into China, which is one of the largest markets in the world. If a successful move is made into China, it would provide significant increase in both brand awareness and advertising revenue. While in many ways the future looks good for Google, there are a number of threats against their industry dominance. Google currently makes use of the double Irish tax system, which takes advantage of Ireland's laws on transfer pricing to allow Google to pay a lower percentage of tax. However, the G8 Summit in June 2013 introduced steps to close loopholes such as this, which would provide Google with lower profit margins. Security is something that also threatens Google's future. The company was hacked in the past, leading to leaks of private information, including information about US state surveillance targets. This breach could severely affect any future government contracts. Using Porter's 5 forces analysis, it was established that threats from the suppliers is low due to the mobility and flexibility of the search industry, with the threats from buyers being slightly higher at a medium level. This is partly due to the amount of competition and partly due to a customer base with very little loyalty or investment in the product. Despite the often huge startup costs, threat from new entrants still exists due to the lucrative nature of the industry. Substitutes do pose a threat, with the likes of Wikipedia being very popular for information gathering, but given the huge growth rate of the search industry, the threat is not considered to be high. Fierce competitive rivalry exists among search engine providers, and given the mostly free cost to switch to the user and ever-developing advancements, this threat is looking to remain very high. This is a graph showing Porter's 5 forces. It shows the relative effect of each force on the search industry.
Intellectual property rights are something Google used to keep ahead of their competitors. The purchase of Motorola for $12.5 billion is a perfect example of this, as Google used it to gain a number of patents. This led to an antitrust case against Google, costing them a lot of money as they tried to prevent Apple using some essential technologies needed in smartphones. Due to strict censorship in China from the government, Google have not been able to penetrate the Chinese market. In general, Google likes to challenge government acts and laws such as the SOPA Act against piracy, as they believe these laws hinder creativity. Google used the current economic climate to provide alternative ways for people to earn money through services such as YouTube, and also take advantage of countries with low tax rates such as Ireland, who can't afford to raise them for fear of companies leaving. Change in spending habits mean that Google can really take advantage of online shopping through redirection and advertising. With all the different devices used constantly, Google can collect large amounts of information on people, leading to specific and more successful advertising, which is their main source of revenue. With significant advances in processing speed, as shown with Moore's law in the graph on screen, and the potential advances in quantum computing, This could lead to practically instantaneous data compiling from Google and could lead to cloud computing services with almost instantaneous transferring when internet technology catches up. In conclusion, Google are a company in great financial health, currently having the third highest rated market value in the world. They have few weaknesses, with constant improvements and large spends on future products. There are good foundations for improvement, with large amounts of money spent in R&D on new innovative ideas like the driverless car and Google Glass. Google is one of the best known brands in the world, with very few people not knowing of the company.